Alright, number 6. We want to solve for t in each of the following. So, for part A, we have, and you can just put the t on the top. If it's on the side, put it on the top, unless it's clearly on the bottom. So we're going to do 4t over 13 equals 2 over 9. Okay, so whenever you just have one fraction on one side, one on the other, we're going to cross multiply. So multiply the 9 with the 4t, the 13 with the 2. So 9 times 4 will give us 36t. 13 times 2 will give us 26. And then to get t by itself, we would divide by 36. And 36 divided by 36 is 1, so t is equal to 26 over 36, which we can divide both these by 2, and that will give us 13 over 18 in reduced form. So t for A is 13 over 18. Alright, part B, we have 3/5 divided by t. So whenever I see division in fractions, there's no such thing. We're going to keep, change, flip. So this divided by t, let's just do it all in. We're going to write it as t over 1. Anytime you have a fraction, you can change a whole number into a fraction. And with this part, we're going to keep the first one, change to multiplication, and flip this, so it'll be 1 over t. 1 over t. And then this part we'll multiply just straight across top, straight across the bottom. We only cross multiply across the equal sign. So this will be 3 over 5t. And that is set equal to the other side of the equation now, which is 1 over 3. Okay, so this is just the first half. I'm just simplifying it. Maybe I should just put an arrowhead, and then this is the other side of the equal sign. So from here we'll cross multiply. So 3 up to 3 will give us 9. 5t up to 1 will give us 5t. And then again we will divide by 5, or divide by whatever the coefficient is on t. And then that will give us t is 9 over 5. And we can leave it improper. Well, let me see, it says type an integer fraction or a mixed number, so we need to change it to a mixed. So 5 will go into 9 one time, take away 5, that will leave us with 4/5. So 1 and 4/5 is equal to t. For part B, so we have 1 and 4 over 5. Alright, C, we have 9/10 minus 4/5 t, we just put 4t over 5 equals 5/6. So what we'll do is get a common denominator between these two, which will be 10, and we'll combine these two. So to get 10, I have to multiply this top and bottom by 2. So that will give me 9, this one will stay the same, minus 2 times 4 would be 8t. This will all be over 10, and it will equal 5 over 6. And then we'll cross multiply. So this time this 6 is going to get distributed to both terms. 10 will multiply to the 5. So 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 8, 48. Bring the t. 10 times 5 equals 50. So we will subtract 54 to get like terms together. This will be 0. Bring down to negative 48t equals negative 4. And then I'm going to come up here. We're going to divide by negative 48. So we'll have, let's just rewrite it, negative 48t equals negative 4. Divide by negative 48 on both sides. That will be 1. So we'll be left with t equals, we can reduce dividing both of these by negative 4, which will convert them to positive. That will leave us with 1 over 12. So t is 1 over 12. And then part D. So we'll just do that method of combining fractions when you're dealing with 2 at a time. So we'll do the left side, the right side, and then we'll cross multiply after that. Okay, so if you're just adding or subtracting 2 fractions, just 2 at a time, you can always get a common denominator by multiplying the 2 denominators together. So that will give us 12. And then you cross multiply these. So this will be 4 times 2t, which will give us 8t, and 3 times 1 will give us plus 3. So this will always work to combine fractions. Multiply the denominators and then cross the tops. It would be the same as multiplying 4 over here top and bottom and this 3 over here top and bottom. That's what's going on. Same thing over here. Multiply the 2 bottoms. That will also give us 12. And then multiply 2 and 1 and the 6 and 1. So over here we can simplify. This will give us negative 4 over 12. Negative 4. This will reduce to negative 1/3. Better to deal with smaller numbers. Okay, then from here we have 1 fraction on the left, 1 on the right. Now we can just cross multiply over here. So since it's negative, this 12 is going to become negative when we multiply. 3 will get distributed amongst these 2. So we will end up with 24t. 3 times 3 will be plus 9. And then 12 times negative 1 will be a negative 12. And then from here we will subtract the 12, the 9, to get common terms together, leaving us with 24t equals negative 21. And then divide by 24. And that will leave us with t equals, both these numbers are divisible by 3, and that will give us a negative 7 over 8. So t will be negative 7 over 8. Let's double check, make sure we didn't make any errors. They didn't like it. 21. Let's go back to the drawing board. 8 and 3 looks good. Oh, that's a T, not a 1. Okay. I did not see that earlier. That is a T. Okay. So we won't combine these two. This will still be, this is a T. Crossing, that will be 2T. So we cannot do this step. Let me go back from there. So we have 8t plus 3 over 12, and then this equals to 2t minus 6 over 12. Okay, so since both denominators are 12, we can simply multiply both sides by 12 to get rid of those. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And so our formula simplifies a little bit to 8t plus 3 equals 2t minus 6. And then we'll subtract 2t and subtract 3 from both sides. So this will go to 0, this will go to 0, this will give us positive 6t equals negative 9, and then divide by 6, and that gives us t equals 6 goes into 9 once, with 3 over 6 left over, which is 1/2, and it'll be a negative. So negative 1.5. Make sure we don't forget the negative out front.